Good evening, people. Welcome to the show. Got something here I want you all to know. Welcome to another Trippy Food live stream. Here comes Doodle. Here's me talking to the computer. Knows that there's snacks. There are snacks, Doodle. You know what? I'm going to start you out with a snack. How's that? Oh my God, he's so cute. He's doing that little thing he does. So cute. I think they call that begging, but in his case, it's forgivable. Chicken snack. There you go, dude. There you go. Oh, he's going to stay here and eat it. All right, cool. Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys had enjoyable weeks or weekends. I'm trying to remember. We just had a day off. I think it was the Monday after New Year's for the New Year's holiday. We got another one coming up. So this coming Monday in the U.S. is Martin Luther King Day. Not everybody has that off. I think retail's probably open, but government offices, things like that are closed. And then I think in February, Valentine's Day is not really a day off for anybody, but we do have President's Day coming up. And then after that, we get like a 2-month stretch with nothing. So enjoy it while you can. Are you Snoopy the Flying Ace? That want to fly like a beagle. That's very good, Janice. I never would have made that connection and everything, but that's pretty good. Welcome, Janice. Welcome, Tom. Tom, who snuck into the room early to announce his 5 o'clock Charlie time. Welcome, Jared. Good to see you again as well. So, we get I can't tell. I see 4 people. What's 4 people? 1, 2, 3. 3 people in the chat, but the little thing says there's 4 people here. I don't know how it works. Miguel is in the room. Hey, Miguel, welcome. Good to see you again. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Maybe you have a long one. Maybe not. I'm going to do something today that I didn't announce previously, but my brother-in-law Richard has started a company where he's making arroz con leche, which we Americans know as rice pudding, but it's done Colombian style, and so he's selling it locally, and so we're gonna try it. We're gonna try his flavors of arroz con leche. The company is Flavors with Passion. I think that's right. I think I got that right. I'll have to take a look, but so we're gonna go in the middle. We're going to stop. We're gonna try. I think there's about 6 to 8 flavors, and we're going to try every one of them and see what they're like. And then, we'll do that. We'll do that in the middle. We still have our regular beverage and our adult beverage and 5 snacks today? 5 snacks. Happy National Strawberry Ice Cream Day. Not a big fan of strawberry ice cream. I like strawberry ice cream when there's big chunks of strawberry in it. I don't know if you usually can't get that. Usually it's just all mixed together and everything. Doodle, what are you doing down there? If you want to come up, come up. Come on up. You can come up. You can do it. You can do it. I know you can. Yes, he can. And he does it. It's Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. So Doodle apparently is going to spend the rest of the show in my lap. That's okay. Hey, Eli is in the room. Welcome, Eli. Good to have you back. Hi, Doodle. Doodle is not satisfied with one small snack, so he comes around. I don't think there's anything here that we can actually give you. I don't know. I'll have to look. Maybe I don't know. Can dogs eat sesame? We get a lot of interesting stuff today. So one of the things about the snacks today that I noticed is that this is probably one of the first times that I didn't pick anything spicy, like hot and spicy. The closest is the crisps that are Buffalo Ranch style. But for the most part, it's not really, everything's not really spicy. And our adult beverage is not a beer today. So interesting and different. Let's see, did I miss anybody? Did anybody else sneak in while I was busy yapping? That's one small snack for dog, one giant snack for Doodle. No, actually, even it was a small snack for Doodle too. We do have giant Doodle snacks. So the bigger pieces of chicken. He's like staring at the snacks over here. So I think that's really what he's focused on. Not so much our snacks, but his snacks per se. Yeah, see, that's a big one. That's a giant snack for Doodle. Is that what you want? You want that? You do want that. All right. And he's off because I got dog hair all over me. We have it's unusually overcast. It actually rained a little bit today, which is unusual for the LA area, but I'll take it. It reminds me of Portland, Oregon, so I'm good with that. It is winter, by the way. As a matter of fact, I don't know if we have anybody from the Northeast on, but apparently they're being hit by a major storm. It didn't say snowstorm, so I'm wondering if it's like rain, ice, and snow. But like if you look at weather maps of the East Coast probably from like Ohio, Pennsylvania, all the way up through Maine, it's all, like whatever they draw on maps to show precipitation. And so I don't know how bad it is. So maybe we won't see Julie online today. I don't know. I don't think she'll be shoveling snow, but we'll see. So we did on, I want to say it was Monday and Tuesday, and I know some of you guys did it as well. Janice, I saw yours, and Tom obviously saw your episode of the Diablo Dare sandwich from Arby's. And they have two sandwiches. They have a chicken one and a smoked brisket one. We did both. We did the chicken one on Monday, the smoked brisket one on Tuesday. And that seems to be like a really popular video. I mean, it's already up to some like almost 600 views, which for us is a lot. It's not typical, but for us it's a lot. And a lot of people had left comments on the video saying, "Oh, I'm going to go try that. I'm going to go try that." So here's my question to you out there: like, how many of you either saw it there? I mean, it's everywhere. It's pretty popular, and there's Arby's almost everywhere. And if Tom could get to an Arby's relatively easy, they have to be everywhere. So those of you in the room, like all of you in the room, Eli, Jared, Miguel, like I said, I know that Janice and Tom tried it because I saw their episodes. What did you think? Did you try it? Did you try the what is it, Diablo Dare sandwiches at Arby's? And if you did, what did you think? Now, my overall, I mean, you can get this from watching the video. My overall thing was calling it Diablo and warning people about how hot it was, and telling people that they're going to give you a free milkshake to go with it. And the dare is that you can't eat the whole sandwich before you start into the milkshake. And I would say it's not. I would think the average person can probably, like, if Janice, and I know that Janice has a low tolerance for heat, if Janice can finish her sandwich and then go for the shake, then it's pretty doable, I think. I think if you have no tolerance for heat whatsoever, like if you find black pepper too hot, you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it at all, because it does leave like a burn in your mouth and stuff. But it's nothing that really requires any kind of warning. I think the thing with fast food places is that I think they err on the side of caution. So for them, they don't want lawsuits from somebody going like, I got blisters inside my mouth, or I choked to death, or whatever it happens to be on it. I think they would just rather not. Like some of the places, and it's not the big chains, but some of the smaller places, or maybe the places that are chained to like 3 restaurants or something, they'll have you sign a waiver. Like when they do the Reaper stuff and the ghost pepper stuff, they'll have you sign a waiver saying, you're not going to sue, and you're not going to, damages, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But, I think the tip off when you go to a fast food place, whether it's are you okay there? He was choking on a snack. I think the tip off is if you go to a place like, Popeyes or Burger King or anything, and they're doing something spicy, they don't make you sign a waiver and everything. I think you can pretty much assume it's not going to be that spicy. So that was my take on it. It wasn't that spicy. I like the chicken one, I think, better than the brisket one. The brisket one wasn't bad. But, if you ask me like how good was their brisket compared to other briskets, I'm like, but it was a decent sandwich, and it's not that bad a price. The thing was, on Monday when they first started doing it, I think it was new. So the Arby's that I went to, they said, "Oh, that comes with a free shake," and they gave me like a full-size shake. And they're supposed to give you that little snack size one. So I went back on Tuesday to the same one. But that time they had their acting gear, I think. So they gave me the small little one for the second sandwich. But the first night they gave me a full-size shake. Like, they didn't know. They didn't know what they were supposed to do. You're going to try it tomorrow, Jared? Well, let us know. Just like leave a comment on the video on what you think, because I'm curious to see what other people think. I really like the chicken one. I did too, Eli. I thought the chicken one was better. That's just me. It wasn't that hot. Correct, Tom? You're right. It wasn't that hot. It was about jalapeno hot, which is about my upper level. Yeah, Janice, I thought that you would probably be a little bit uncomfortable with it, but the fact is, I know your tolerance level for heat, and you seem to do just fine with it. So yeah, but just curious, because apparently it's a big thing. I wasn't expecting I wasn't expecting to have it take off or to have it as big as it was, but apparently it is. And so it's a big thing, and people are making a big deal out of it. So some of the postings that I made on Facebook, on some of the Facebook groups on it, and people are going like, is that what we're down to now, is like food from Arby's, like foodie things? And I'm like, being a foodie doesn't mean you just eat at 4-star Michelin restaurants or eat food from celebrity chefs. That's not what being a foodie means. Being a foodie means being adventurous and trying different unusual things, and that would include fast food offerings. So some people are just kind of snobby about it and just like oh no, unless it's being made by by a fancy chef, I'm not even touching that. What does that have to do with being a foodie? I don't know. Foodie's kind of a general term anyways. Is that somebody who eats? I don't know. It's kind of just the term foodie is kind of weird. But if you're posting to something called a foodie group, you would think that if you're showing them something unusual or different, that it falls in line with the whole foodie thing. But you might be wrong. Hey, Julie Couture is in the room. Julie, we were just asking about, because if you look at weather maps and everything, the whole Northeast, from Pennsylvania all the way up to Maine, looks like a poop show, to put a nice term on it. So what is it like? I mean, are you getting hit right now? What's the weather like? Look out the window, Julie, and let us know. Should we wait for it? She's saying her hellos. That's fine. It's nice to have you back, Jules. We missed you. I know you guys. I know you were busy doing a lot of stuff in the holidays. It's 4 degrees. Holy crap! Yeah, but are you getting snow right now? Because I think you were supposed to get it's supposed to be like winter weather. So you're supposed to be getting snow and ice or something else like that. So I don't know. My hair froze when I got up this morning. Was your hair wet when you woke up this morning? I like, for me, I sleep better when it's cold. I like, you put a nice blanket on and you're all cozy and warm and everything. I like when it's hot and you throw all the blankets off and you're wondering how much you should take off. And even if you take off everything, you're still hot. So yeah, I would prefer the cold, but 4 degrees, I don't know. I mean, I grew up with that. I grew up with 4-degree weather in the wintertime and everything, but I don't know how much I missed that. Let's put it that way. No snow yet. You're supposed to get snow though, right, Jules? Not this cold. It hoits. It does. It does. And it's dangerous. You're like eyes freeze shut when you go outside. The dog goes to pee and it freezes midair. That's cold. All right. Let us. We're at like 1:13. We're fine. We'll actually do a review today. I know in the past we were just kind of wung through it, but I think we had a lot of stuff and everything. We'll do a quick review. So we have some really, really interesting things. So I think let's start with this. So these are Trader Joe's Bomba. Bomba is the product, I guess. These are puffed peanut and corn snacks with hazelnut cream filling. It's really interesting because the emphasis is on puffed peanut and corn snacks with hazelnut cream filling. So there's a lot going on there. Let's see. Yeah, standard type ingredients. Contains soy, peanut, hazelnut, may contain traces of wheat. It's not in the ingredients, but it says it can contain traces of it. And this is from Trader Joe's of Monrovia, California, but it is a product of Israel. So that's interesting. Let's see. This looked really good. This is a Barbacoa Sabor. That's the name of the company. And this is sweet and spicy pork jerky. So the reason that this is interesting is because you don't usually see pork jerky. You see a lot of beef jerky, and then you see a lot of exotics, like bison and alligator and kangaroo. You don't see a lot of pork jerky. I thought that was really unusual. Natural smoke flavor added. Let's see, anything else special there? No, not really. Marinated with authentic roasted red chilies and a touch of golden honey. Actually sounds really good. So this is from Barbacoa Sabor, a blend LCC company in Vacaville, California. Vacaville, California means cowville, and it's pork. So that's funny. Ha! Hey, John Shannon is in the room. Welcome, John Shannon. Everybody else, welcome John Shannon to the room. Welcome. Good to see you here. All right, these looked interesting because to me, These are supposed to be pretzels, but they look like bagels. They're thin and crispy pretzel chips. The company is Dream Pretzels. These are called the Pretzels, which really sounds like you're saying pretzels drunk. So, hey, give me some of those pretzels. I want some of those pretzels. I want pretzels. Pretzels, that's what they're called, pretzels. These are sesame flavored pretzels. And again, to me, they look like little bagels, not pretzels, but they don't even look pretzel colored. But I think they are. So, and this also is a product of Israel, which is fascinating. But where is the company from? The company is from New York, New York. The city's so great they had to name it twice. Now this one is really, in my opinion, really interesting and strange and unusual. So I got these at Sprouts Farmers Market. They're all over the U.S. right now, but kind of like scattered. I think they're in like 27 states or something like that, but they're expanding. So, you know, I think within a couple of years, they'll probably be in every state. I don't know if there's one near you or not, but Sprouts Farmers Market, this was in the bargain rack. So these were $1. I don't know what they cost originally, but these are stuffing flavored almonds. So they're almonds that I guess taste like Thanksgiving stuffing. The thing that cracks me up is it plainly, the only thing in giant letters says stuffing flavored, and almonds in giant letters right there, almonds. And then in tiny print it says contains almonds. I couldn't tell. I didn't know that those were almonds in there. Almonds, onion powder, salt, sugar, yeast extract. Let's see, spices including celery seed, dehydrated parsley, natural flavors, corn syrup. Why do they have to put corn syrup? There's no corn syrup in stuffing. I don't think so. How are you guys making stuffing? Are you putting corn syrup in your stuffing? I'm not. Extractives of turmeric and paprika color turmeric. So it just sounded interesting. We'll see. We'll see if it tastes like stuffing, but you know, who knows? These FBomb, and FBomb doesn't stand for what you think it stands for, unless you think it means fat bomb, which it does. So they're making a big deal out of the fat content of it. I guess these are keto. Remember keto? Remember we talked about keto? So these are FBomb Crunch Cheese Crisps, and they're Buffalo Ranch flavored cheese crisp. Pasture-raised dairy, no artificial hormones, obviously not vegan, maybe vegetarian. I don't know. And to me, it doesn't matter because, you know, I'll eat the milk, the source of the milk. Nothing special there. This is for Love You Foods in Burlington, North Carolina. So again, their logo is fat is smart fuel. How much of it? That's the big question. So that covers our snacks. Now our beverages are really interesting. So for our adult beverage, we have Cafe Agave, that's the name of the company, spiked cold brew coffee, salted caramel. It is 12.5% alcohol by volume. No refrigerator necessary, but I did. Now here's the thing that I find interesting about this. It is spiked cold brew coffee. And in big letters, spiked cold brew coffee. And if I look at the ingredients, it contains sulfides, grape wine with dairy cream, natural flavors, and caramel color. At no point in time do I see the word coffee listed in the ingredients. But maybe it's not the ingredients. Maybe that's just an alert to things that are in there. So it says contains sulfites, grape wine, which is where the sulfites probably are, grape wine with dairy cream, natural flavors, and caramel color. But it's cold brew coffee. Like, why not list coffee in there? You know, I don't know. Man, why not list that it has caffeine in it? I don't know these things, but I'm going to find out. Which would Matt absolutely love, John? Because I can save him for it. Matt will be here on Monday. We're going to be filming a bunch of stuff. So John, which one were you talking about? You're talking about the stuffing flavored almonds? Because I'll save some of those for Matt. He can try them when he comes over. Just like the Pilgrims used to make, John. Yeah, and package and say contains almonds. The cheese crisps. Oh, yeah, he is big on cheese crisps. You're right. So, yeah, I'll save some of those for him. I'm not going to eat all of those. And then our not adult beverage is Me and the Bees lemonade with prickly pear. So that's the thing. I mean, the color is prickly pear. It's like if to me, it looks like all prickly pear. It doesn't look like lemonade, but that's okay. It's lemonade with prickly pear. And it says Me and the Bees on the label, but I think the actual name of the company is Michaela and the Bees. And Michaela and the Bees is located where? I looked this up. Oh, Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas. So, yeehaw, Austin, Texas. So we got that, and then we do have, I'm going to pull one of these out. Hang on one second. And again, we'll take a break and we'll do these because, again, my brother-in-law, Richard, has started a company where he is making, I think he's calling it rice pudding, but technically it's arroz con leche, which is Colombian rice pudding. So there's their logo, Flavor with Passions. You can see that. Or my big fat head is in the way. There we go. He's selling these at farmers markets right now. So I'll point you to their Facebook page and you can check it out. I don't think it's available like nationally or even on a wide scale, but it will be. And they do list the ingredients on there. So there's a lot of cool flavors in here. We'll get to that in a little bit. Josh Gruber has entered the room. Welcome, Josh Gruber. Good to see you again. So let's see. We're about 1:21 p.m. We got 5 snacks. We got the rice puddings to go through. We got a couple of beverages. We might as well get started. So I'm going to kind of go mild to not mild. So I think we're going to, let's see. We'll start with the corn snacks and work our way up to the almonds. Then the jerky. No, I'm sorry. Let's stick the sesame seeds in there. We'll do the buffalo last because it might be spicy. We'll work the beverages in between. We're just gonna have a good we'll have a gay old time. So as they did in the Flintstones. Let's get started then. So we're going to start with our Trader Joe's Bomba puffed peanut corn snacks, which means that we need to read a card. Oh, by the way, there is a poll at the top of your chat window, and the poll is basically how are you getting notified when we're going to do a live stream or a show post? Because I'm just curious about that. If you guys even subscribe to anything, like do you get notified on Twitter whenever I tweet that's an episode has come out or the live stream? Do you follow our Facebook page and get the information off there? Do you just log into YouTube and then you see the notification come across on YouTube? Do you subscribe? Like how are you getting notification, or are you not getting notification at all? I think that's one of the options on there. I think. Yeah, just fill that out when you get a chance, and it just kind of gives me a good idea. I think I was looking at some of the analytics, and it was saying that something like 45% of the people who watch the live streams and who watch the videos are not subscribed. So maybe you don't have a YouTube subscription, and that's cool. Maybe you don't feel like doing it, and that's cool too. But it was surprising that it was like that low a number, because I thought that most of the people who, especially the people who join the chat, are people who are subscribers. But that's not necessarily the case. If you are, and if you feel like subscribing, I invite you to do so. Subscribe and then click that little bell that gives you notification whenever we're going to do a live stream or put out an episode. That's up to you. I'm going to completely leave that up to you. Your choice. So let's read our first trivia question. Helps if you hold the card right side up. Well, actually, that doesn't help too much because we're not actually reading off the card, but play along with me. Do you know fondue chinois with meat? I do not know fondue chinois with meat. Because when you say fondue, that almost like there's two kinds of fondue. There's a chocolate one and there's the traditional one, which is cheese. And when you say chinois, that's kind of like derivative of Chinese, which is kind of weird because really Chinese food does not have cheese in their cuisine at all. I can't think of a single Chinese dish that features cheese. And I don't know why, but yeah, I can't think of a single Chinese dish that features beef, but not cheese. So I find that's a little unusual. I will look that up, Josh. But that sounds interesting. It sounds interesting enough that I will look it up and I will try to find out where we can do that. And that's a suggestion for a show, and we will credit you for that. It sounds like something that might be a little bit too elaborate for a live stream, though. You put the meat strips in hot bouillon. Oh, that's different. Hot bouillon. It is a Swiss thing. Yeah, I don't know why, but chinois. That's kind of weird. But in hot bouillon, hot beef bouillon, I imagine. So are you taking like raw meat? And I imagine you're talking about beef. I don't know that. You're taking raw meat and you're putting it in the bouillon and cooking that and then just eating it like that. That sounds interesting. It's almost like, if you think about it, that's kind of what they do with pho. So with pho, they're putting the raw meat in the soup, in the broth, when they send it out to you, and it slowly cooks in the broth. So maybe it's the same kind of thing. Hey, John King has just entered the room. Welcome back, John. Always good to see you. It is like a Mongolian hot pot. It does sound like that. Janice, have you had that? Like shabu shabu or hot pot. Yeah, it does sound like that. But it's a Swiss thing. That's interesting. The only I'm trying to remember raclette. I think raclette is a Swiss thing or a French thing. I can't remember. That's an interesting thing too. You melt the cheese and you scrape it off. That's kind of cool too. We've done raclette before with my brother Phil over at his house. We did like a raclette party, which was a lot of fun. And unfortunately, I didn't have the foresight to film that. So at some point in time, maybe we will. All right, first question. This is an interesting one. And the question is, what steak is required by the USDA to be cut no less than 1.25 inches thick to qualify for its name? Again, what steak is required by the USDA to be cut no less than 1.25 inches thick to qualify for its name? So we're going to put that in the meat case, let that sit there for it, and we'll open up our first snack, which is our Trader Joe's Bomba puffed peanuts and corn snacks with hazelnut cream filling. Some things you just anticipate are going to be good, and some things you're questionable about, and some smell like chocolate. Why does that smell like chocolate? That's bizarre. I don't think there's any cocoa in here, is there? Let's see. Cocoa powder. That's why it smells like chocolate. Which is weird because it says puffed peanut corn snacks with hazelnut cream filling. Unless the hazelnut cream is like Nutella, which would have cocoa powder in it. So maybe that's what it is. Oh, that's a weird texture. I was not, it does say puffed peanut, but I wasn't expecting it to be that airy. It's like it just disappears. Yeah, you can put it on your tongue and it just goes away. It does have that Nutella taste on the inside. I do get some peanut flavor. I get a lot of corn flavor. That's okay though. Bob, welcome to the room, Bob. You would have loved our intro if you just came in. I think you would recognize it. Well, same with Julie. You would recognize it as well. I don't know. Were you guys here when I first started at the beginning? I can repeat it for you. So when it first started, I said, "Good evening, people. Welcome to the show. Got something here I want you all to know." You guys know what that's from. Well, maybe Tom, you might know what that's from too. These are nice. They're sweet. They're not, they take a lot of chewing. They just kind of fall apart. They're airy. Well, it's funny because the outside is airy. Here, take a look at those. The outside is airy, and then you're stuck with the hazelnut cream filling. Let's give it a thumbs up. Those are pretty good. I like those. So, probably not enough to go through the whole bag, but close enough. Oh, you're working. Oh, that's right, because it is a. Thank you, Bob. 10 points, Bob. And that wasn't even a trivia question, but you still get 10 points for that one. Guess what I am drinking? It's tough, John, because there are so many things that you could be drinking. I'm going to say you are drinking Cafe Agave Spiked Cold Brew Coffee. That's what I think you're drinking. Oh, no, that's what I'm drinking today. I'm sorry. I got that completely wrong. I'm going to go ahead and say you are drinking a Yingling Hershey's Porter. That's what I think you're drinking, a Yingling Hershey's Porter. And if you are, I'm very jealous that that's what you were drinking because I can't get it. Okay, so let's go back to our question. And our question was, what steak is required by the USDA to be cut no less than 1¼ inches thick to qualify for its name. So the guesses were, let's see, Josh Gruber said Tomahawk. John King said Delaware. Janice Yamanaka said Porterhouse. John Shannon said Filet. Porterhouse needs to be as thick as a kumquat. Tom, old guy, did not guess Porterhouse, but he said Porterhouse needs to be as thick as a kumquat. So he kind of did and kind of didn't, and then worked kumquat into it. Whatever I give out for points, Tom, you get 50 points on top of that. Let's put it that way. It is in fact Porterhouse. So Porterhouse. It's so funny because the origin of Porterhouse is so varied. There's no real clear answer as to where it originated or why they call it Porterhouse. Some are saying it's because they were serving it on trains. Some are saying that in Porter Square, Cambridge, there was a Porterhouse hotel that they were serving that they first started serving in and everything, but nobody agrees on where it first started serving. What they do agree on is the fact that the USDA requires that it has to be 1¼ inches thick for them to call it officially Porterhouse. So it's basically a T-bone with extra meat on either side of it. So the T-bone is cut from the rear end of the short loin, so it has more tenderloin steak, but on the other side it has a large strip steak. So it's like two steaks in one. So that's the deal with Porterhouse. Now I want one. I'm just talking about that. Now I want one. Anyone interested in going ghost hunting with me? Well, John, the thing is that you live in Canada right now, and so somebody would have to fly up in Canada. So here's a good question. I know that in a lot of places in the United States, ghost hunting is a pretty big thing, and a lot of places are renowned for their being haunted, like the Winchester Mystery House, the Whaley House in San Diego. So a lot of places that are or a lot of famous hotels like the Hotel del Coronado. There's one in up near Bodie Ghost Town that's supposed to be haunted. The Woman in White, there's always a woman in white. But I didn't know if in Canada how big haunting ghost houses and that kind of places are. So I love cream catalana. I don't know what cream catalana is. How is it that I don't know what that is? Now I have to look it up, Josh Gruber, but thank you for pointing it out. Just Vincent has just entered the room. Have you ever been to Germany, or do you want to in the future? Yes. No, I have not been. Yes, I do want to go. There's a few places in Europe that I have not been to. I want to go to Italy, the old country, where Mom's family is from. So I do want to go to Italy. I do want to go to Germany. A couple of other places that I have not been that are like on my radar as having to go. So yeah, I would love to go to Germany, Just Vincent. So you're buying the plane tickets. I'm going. Hawthorne in Salem. Yes, you're right. The House of the Seven Gables, which is Nathaniel Hawthorne's story. So yes, Julie. Probably some other. I would think that they would be big on haunting in a lot of other places in Salem, Mass. as well. The Stanley Hotel is haunted. That is somewhere in Colorado. Where exactly is that, Tom? The Stanley Hotel. The Stanley Hotel is what they based The Shining on. Was the Stanley Hotel? Although they filmed it. The interior scenes were filmed in a film studio, I think in England, and the exterior scenes were filmed at what is that called? Timberline Lodge on Mount Hood in Oregon, in Portland, Oregon. So that's where the exterior scenes were shot. The interior scenes were shot in a film studio, but it was based on the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. Estes Park, thank you, Tom. Let's see. I'm ghost hunting in my basement tonight. Oh, do you have like tools? Do you have like tools and equipment when you do ghost hunting, John? Because I know that a lot of people do that. They to pick up audio and pick up visuals and wavelengths of light that are not visible to the eye and stuff. So I don't know. Do you have a lot of equipment that you do with that? Salem is basically a tourist trap at this point. Incorrect, John. Incorrect. Salem can be a tourist trap, but it doesn't have to be. So I would invite you, John, to go back and watch our Halloween episode. So on our Halloween episode, this past Halloween, our Halloween episode, we go to Salem, Massachusetts, and we visit a lot of the sites that are affiliated or associated with the witch trials. And surprisingly, we did not go to the Witch Museum, because the Witch Museum, you go in there, you're right, that is a tourist trap. You go in there and there's some dioramas of like some mannequins in pose and stuff like that. So a lot of those are tourist traps. But House of Seven Gables is not a tourist trap; it's a historical site. The witch house, that was what they call it, was witches did not live there. One of the judges for the witch trials lived there. It is not a tourist trap; it is a historical site. We cover a lot of the historical sites of like where the witches were actually hung, where the trials took place, and everything. And to be honest with you, the witch house is the only remaining structure that actually has any kind of ties to the witch trial. But you're right. A lot of Salem is touristy, hype and stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be. You can go there and you can learn a lot about So what I would do is I would do this. If you're gonna make a trip to Salem, first of all, don't go at Halloween. You can go at Halloween. It's kind of a lot of fun, but it's like going to Times Square on New Year's Eve, or going to Mardi Gras, or going to New Orleans during Mardi Gras and everything. It's just like tons of people, no place to park. But if you go any other time and everything, it's really nice to leisurely take your time and visit the historic sites and everything. It doesn't have to be touristy. And so, John, as a matter of fact, John, what I would like you to do is go back and watch our Halloween episode, and then tell me what you think after you watch that episode. Did we do a good job of not necessarily going to the touristy places, but kind of covering the the whole thing about the witch trials without necessarily getting into the touristy thing? So, John, please do that for me, and then you can leave a comment on the video or something and let me know what you think. And if you still think that we just went to touristy places and everything, I can accept that. Just leave a message leave a comment that we did that as well. So I would ask you to do that. Stephen King was also inspired by the Mount Washington Hotel in New Hampshire. I think you're right. I think he was inspired by it, but he actually stayed at the Stanley Hotel and was actually doing, trying to do some writing at the Stanley Hotel, which was a big influence on him. I don't know that he stayed at the stayed at the Mount Washington Hotel. If you look at some pictures and everything, the Stanley Hotel actually looks a lot like the Mount Washington Hotel in New Hampshire. And if any of you are wondering what the Mount Washington Hotel in New Hampshire is like, then go to our leaf peeper episode of Trippy Food, which came out in, I want to say it was probably like mid-October, when we did our leaf peeper episode. So basically, I think it was the last place we stopped was the Mount Washington Hotel. So you can check it out, then take a look at it, and let me know if you think that the Mount Washington Hotel looks like someplace that would have influenced Stephen King. I've done a lot of ghost hunting. I have a lot of ghost hunting equipment I have purchased years ago: EVP and Ghost Communicate night vision goggles. Cool. Well, might as well start in your basement. Who knows what you'll find? I mean, really, honestly, why not? Okay, let's open another snack. Before we do that, time for another card. So the question is, ooh, this is a fun one. He says, pretending to read off the card, what is the purpose of caffeine in plants like coffee and guarana? So what is the purpose of caffeine in plants like coffee and guarana? And not that it's not that it has anything to do with the question and everything, but the caffeine is usually found in the berries and the seeds. So both coffee and guarana have little berries, and those berries, inside those berries is a seed. For instance, a coffee bean is a seed inside the coffee berry, and guarana is derived. The caffeine and guarana, the guarana they use for like energy drinks and stuff. It's the same deal. It's a little berry, a little cherry, and they use the seed. They grind up the seed to get the caffeine for that. Guarana, I think there might be guarana in Red Bull. I'm not sure, but I know a lot of the other energy drinks use guarana for their caffeine. So there's the question. Let's open up our next snack. And so okay, everybody. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up our pretzels, because I like pretzels. I like pretzels. You like pretzels? I like pretzels. So we're gonna open up our pretzels. Think thin and crispy pretzel strips, chips, sesame. Oh, so let me kind of direct you on the question, all right? So I asked, the question was, what is the purpose of caffeine in plants like coffee and guarana? Not for humans, but for the plant itself. What is the purpose of the plant itself having caffeine in the plant? That's more of the question. So that kind of directs you. Not why do we use the caffeine, or what do we use the caffeine for? Why is the caffeine in the plant in the first place? No smell whatsoever. I don't know, to me, they don't look like pretzels. They still look like bagels to me. There you go. I thought they had sprinkles on them. They don't. I don't know what the deal is with that. They just like kind of etch lines into them. Can I see that? There we go. And then, yeah, to me, they look like little bagels. I don't know if there's anything else except pretzels with sesame seeds on it. Let's see. Unbleached wheat flour, sesame seeds, palm oil, organic cane sugar. What's with the cane sugar? What's with the sugar? What are you going to put sugar in everything? It's crazy talk. Barley malt extract, sea salt, soy lecithin, baking soda, rosemary extract. That's interesting. Allergen information contains wheat and soy. I didn't see soy in the ingredients. I didn't even say soy. Did I? Yes, soy lecithin. That's right. Interesting. It does not contain any animal products, and it is vegan. Here we go. It's okay. Not that it makes a difference to me, but if you're vegan, you can eat these. They do look like real marks, Janice. You're absolutely right. Or whip marks. I hope these weren't tortured. That looks like a tiny bagel. Right? That looks like a tiny bagel. I want to put cream cheese on this. These are okay. There's nothing special about these, but there's not supposed to be, right? You kind of do get it's like if you ever had the honey wheat pretzels, they taste more like the honey wheat pretzels than the dark pretzels. Or the sourdough pretzels. They're slightly sweeter. You do, obviously, you're getting the sesame taste because there's sesame seeds all over them. They're good. It's a nice snack. It's a light snack. I don't know, if it's a good snack. I imagine if you're celiac, you don't want to eat these, because I imagine they do have gluten. But it's not listed as gluten-free. I don't imagine it would be, because it has wheat in it and barley malt. They're pretty good. I like. So the thing is, there's some sweetness to it, but then also you can actually taste the salt. So it doesn't taste like the salt is mixed in there. It tastes like the salt is maybe sprinkled on there when they're baking these. It's actually pretty good. I could eat a lot of these, I think. The only thing is that like if you were going to put if you want to put mustard on them, or dip them into something, these would be good dipped in chocolate, right? They're just too tiny, right? Then maybe you should make them a little bit bigger if you're going to dip them in something, or spread something on them and everything. Like I said, even cream cheese would be good on this. There's a thumbs up. Those are good. Let's put that off to the side and let's go back and revisit our card. So, the question was, what is the purpose of caffeine in plants like coffee and guarana? So, I'm gonna be a little bit more forgiving on this one, only because I kind of changed the direction. That people were going in a different direction and talking about human consumption, and we changed that a little bit. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. I did a basil lime sorbet. It's great. That sounds good. Basil and lime together. What kind of basil did you use? I like the Thai basil because it just has more of a spiciness to it. So I mean, I have a plant out in the porch of Thai basil and everything. Really like the flavor of Thai basil. But basil and lime together, that does sound really good, Josh. Yeah, I like that. Was stationed in Germany in the 70s and 80s. Go Sunny. Like we got that. We got the tourist trap. Let's see. There's a cute broad in those videos. All right, Jules. I would say like what kind of why would you use a disparaging term about a woman like that, saying there's a cute broad in those videos? But then I realized it's you, so that's okay. Yeah, actually, are you in both? Yes. Yes, you are in both videos. You are on the Salem, Massachusetts video, and you are in the New Hampshire leaf peeper video. You're right, Julie. So Julie says to keep me alive. So that again, that was when we start. John says diuretic to spread the seeds. Oh, that's a good guess. John said to keep you awake and addicted, but that's I think before we redirected it. Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry. So, well, I just did just now. I'm going to give everybody like 30 points. Everybody gets 30 points, just because I think maybe it was a little bit confusing and everything. So I just saw that Tom was asking to repeat the question. So everybody gets that's 30 points regardless, and we'll just talk about it. So Janice says the caffeine repels ants. Let's see. I think that was it. That was it. Yes, I guess yes is correct. It is a toxin. So actually, caffeine is a toxin that prevents animals from eating the berries. Plain and simple. It is a toxin that prevents the animals from eating the berries. So if the animals eat the berries, they get sick and they throw it up or whatever, and they go like, I'm not eating that again. So it's protection for the plant. It's actually a toxin. As a matter of fact, caffeine is like really toxic to dogs, which is why you should never give a dog coffee. For us, we know, like, we dig that. like for us, caffeine is like, yeah, give me more caffeine. Apparently the toxin is not as harmful to us, or maybe we're just used to it, or we've been, taking it in small doses over the years or something. Don't know, but that's what it is. It's basically the plant creates that as a toxin to prevent animals from eating the berries. There we go. A delicious, beautiful toxin. Oh, I don't know about beautiful, but delicious. Well, I take that back, because caffeine itself has no flavor. It's the coffee. It's the seed itself, the coffee bean, that has the flavor. So there we go. We have a kind of these in Germany. They are called coffee crons. We're talking about the bagel things. Val, do you like deviled ham? I do like deviled ham. I want to think that on one of our live streams, maybe like a year or so ago, on one of our live streams, that we did the Underwood deviled ham. I think we did do that. Julie, correct me if I'm wrong, because I think that was your suggestion. Didn't you suggest that we do the Underwood deviled ham? And I think we did do it on a live stream. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. So again, everybody gets 30 points. Even if you didn't answer the question, you still get 30 points. I'm just feeling generous today. 30 points. Let's put that back in the deck. Before let's see, we got 1, 2, 3. All right. So what I'm going to do is, we'll do one more snack, and then we're going to do the rice pudding, and then we'll do one of our beverages, and then we'll move on from there. So we got plenty of time. We're good. We're in good shape. There we go. Val, could you eat a 32-inch pizza by yourself? No, my limit was probably like maybe a 12-inch pizza. I could probably eat that by myself. I could definitely do like a personal size pizza by myself, and I think maybe a 12-inch pizza. I could probably do that. After that, not really. I'm not really good, John, at volume eating. I would not be good in competitive sports doing volume eating. I'm not good at it. So, ever try potted meat? Well, Xander, and welcome to the room, Xander, by the way. Xander, I don't recognize your name, so I think you are new to the chat, new to the live stream. If that is the case, please tell us what brings you here, and where are you from? Just in general. I don't need a street address or anything, but kind of where are you from? But have I tried potted meat? I don't know, because I'm wondering if the question about the deviled ham is potted meat. I'm not sure. Liverwurst. I love liverwurst. Liverwurst and Braunschweiger. I love them both. On a piece of rye bread, some mustard, pickle, and a slice of onion. That's good. Yeah, I do. I love liverwurst. Raglan Road in Disney Springs, Orlando had an amazing bread pudding, like Punch Your Mama good. No, no, I have an Italian mama. You don't punch your Italian mama. Your Italian mama punches you. I think I could eat 2 large thin crust pizzas from Domino's, thin crust specifically. Maybe, maybe the thing about being thin crust, because honestly, it's the pizza crust that fills you up. Otherwise, yeah. If you just had a bowl of toppings, you could probably eat the toppings off like 4 or 5 pizzas, no problem. But yeah, it's the crust that fills you up. So maybe a thin crust, it would be easier to do a thin crust. Potted meat is okay. It's not much different from deviled ham. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's spreadable. But so if it's spreadable, what would you spread that on? I think maybe we put it on crackers or something, or those little pieces of toast that they sell. Those little toast things. What do you call that? There's a name for that. We actually did that. Crostini. The little toasts. Crostini. I think crostini literally means little toasts. Crostini. From Boston, City brought me here, Val. Well, welcome, Xander. Good to have you here. Everybody in the room, please give Xander a warm and hearty Trippy Food welcome. I don't know if you just came in, Xander. We were talking about the Boston area. We were talking about our leaf peeping episode, which is from New Hampshire, which is just a short drive from Boston. And we were talking about our last Halloween episode, which was in Salem, Massachusetts, which is also a short distance from Boston. So welcome, Xander. Welcome to the room. I put it on bread with mustard. I think you're talking about the liverwurst, Tom. That sounds good. On bread with mustard. Yeah, just real simple. All right, so we're going to start in the next snack. I'm going to ask a question. So the question is, what sauce is made with a 1-to-1 flour to butter mixture mixed with milk? Again, what sauce is made with a 1-to-1 flour and butter mixture mixed with milk? So that goes on the top of the stove on a low simmer. And let's get on to our snack. So we're going to do these weird things from Sprouts Farmers Market, which are the stuffing flavored almonds. And we shall see. They don't give you a little tear. Yeah? Yeah, they do. Okay, there we go. I don't know what happened to Doodle. Usually he's in here visiting us the whole time. And I don't know if he smells us opening snacks or hears us opening snacks, but no Doodle. Maybe he'll grace us with his presence a little later. That opened, but it didn't open completely, so I'm going to kind of do this. Hopefully that will work, and I won't ruin everything. There we go. Maybe I should have tried that first. Ooh, that's kind of a weird smell. It doesn't smell like stuffing. Kind of a weird smell. I was going to say, maybe it doesn't smell like almonds too much. The thing is with almonds is they say if you smell almonds, but there aren't almonds, and you smell almonds, get out of wherever you are because it's the smell of what is that? That thing that kills people. Cyanide. Cyanide has an almond smell. As a matter of fact, I think because it's the same family as apples, like the apple seeds, they say if you eat too many raw apple seeds, it will generate cyanide gas inside you. But I think you'd have to eat like 5 pounds of it for it to be dangerous or anything. But and who eats raw apple seeds anyways? I don't. Just wanted to put that out there so you know that about me, is that I don't eat raw apple seeds. They look like dusty almonds. That didn't kill anybody. Hello, Panama Red. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Glad you could join us. I roll these around. You see all that powder kind of settled on the bottom. I roll these around a little bit. It's not a departure from regular almonds. Doodle's back. I hear his little feet on the floor. Hi, Doodle. No, you can't have rice pudding. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shake it up a little bit. It almost tastes like garlic. Did I mention garlic as one of the ingredients? It almost tastes like garlic. Onion powder. Celery seed. I'm not getting celery seed. Let's shake this up a little bit. I couldn't easily open this one from the bottom. It's funny. Oh, Eli needs hangover cures. Oh, a bowl of menudo. A bowl of menudo. Eli, help yourself to a nice, steaming, hot bowl of menudo. That's what they say. I never had a hangover. I almost had a hangover once, but some people took some preventative measures the night before, and I ended up not having a hangover. I felt weird. I didn't have a hangover. Those are particularly crunchy. I'm getting stuffing. I don't know. I think that what I should have used is Bell's seasoning. You know, that thing of Bell's seasoning? Just use Bell's seasoning in there. And it depends on whether it's a meat stuffing or not. You know, because I think for the stuffing you use the kind of like the broth, typically from a turkey in the stuffing. My mom used to make stuffing. She would, when the turkey came with the giblets inside it and the neck, she would cook that down and then chop that all up and then put that in the stuffing, and then use the broth from that in the stuffing. Kind of lacks that. I don't know. I'm gonna give these a thumbs in the middle. They don't taste bad. They're not terrible, but just in big letters to say stuffing flavored, I kind of missed the boat on that one. So yeah, thumbs in the middle on that. All right, what did I miss while I was busy chewing? Change of answer, dollar cola sopu. That's a good change of answer, John. Since there's no way that could possibly be right. Okay, so the question was, what sauce is made with a 1-to-1 flour and butter mixture mixed with milk? So let's see. Julie said soup, or maybe she was talking about that as the remedy for hangover. I don't know. John King originally said roux. You should stick with that, John. Stick with roux. Although it's R-O-U-X, I believe. It is not roux. Janice Yamanak says bechamel. Bechamel is how you say that. Bechamel or white sauce. Just Vincent said bechamel. John Shannon said bechamel. Let's see. Was that it? I think that was it. You're over it. It's bechamel. Bechamel sauce. That's how it's made. 1-to-1 flour and butter mixed with milk. 1-to-1. I'm sorry, flour and to butter ratio mixed together and then mixed with milk. That's what bechamel. I'll never get that right. Bechamel sauce is. So, 50 points to all of you, every one of you, even those that didn't guess. This is just like, I'm just in a good mood today, so there we go. Did I miss anything? My best hangover cure is a Bud Light. Hair of the dog that bit you, right, John Shannon? It was my birthday yesterday, and I realized I can't drink like I used to. Well, happy birthday, Eli, and I guess that's your birthday present to yourself. Sounded like you were chewing a rock. Yeah, Tom, they're actually really crunchy, really hard and crunchy. So, pickle juice works good for a hangover. Ooh, Matt would hate that. Let's see, Pedialyte works good too. Yeah, I suppose that would. Let's see, we call it country gravy. Oh, is that the same thing as country gravy, Tom? Is that literally the same thing as country gravy? That's interesting. That's fascinating. Wow, that's cool. All right, so we're going to take a break here, and we're going to do the rice puddings. Should I ask? You know what? I'm not going to ask a trivia question for that because it's kind of like a separate thing. So again, the company is called Flavors with Passion. This is my brother-in-law Richard's company. He just started it, and I think they're selling at farmers markets in the area right now. But you go to their they have a Facebook page, and I think they're on Instagram as well. Flavors with Passion. That's the name of it. So you can probably find it there. And these are rice puddings. He's calling them rice pudding, but again, it's made Colombian style, which I think, like in most Latin American countries, are going to call it arroz con leche, right? So that's the kind of style. So there's different flavors. So we have red berries. We have traditional. We have mocha. You guys can't see that, right? Mocha. We have Grandma's recipe. So what's in Grandma's recipe? Well, let's look at the ingredients. Rice, milk, powdered milk, sweetened condensed milk, sugar, whipping cream, curd cheese, that's different, butter, cornstarch, egg, and vanilla essence. It's like all good stuff. But I guess this is made fresh right now, so it's not like made ahead of time with, carrageen and guar gum and things like that. So, dulce de leche, which is like a sweet milk. It's like usually a condensed milk kind of thing that they use in a lot of Latin American cuisine. And passion fruit, which these all sound really, really good. So actually, I asked him to give me sample sizes, so I didn't have to dig into these big ones. But these are the different flavors they have. 6 different flavors. Let's go ahead and try them. So let's see. This one is. We'll start with the passion fruit one. Not too much of a smell. Let's see. What is in the passion fruit one? He lists the ingredients on these. Passion fruit, that's the top one. Passion fruit pulp, that's the ingredient. Ooh, that's nice. A little bit odd because when I think of rice pudding, I don't usually think of it like being fruity, but this is definitely fruity. It's not crazy sweet though. I don't know how much of this I should eat. I'm going to eat 6 samples. It's going to probably equal one of these tubs. Oh well. What I do for my art, my craft, right? Me too, Josh. Now, Josh, just in case you don't know, I think we're okay there. I think we're okay, but just want to kind of remind, especially, and some of the other people who are new to the channel. So we try to make the channel family friendly. So we're not a family oriented channel. We don't, it's not specific to families, but we try to make it family friendly. And the reason we try to make it family friendly is because we want people to be able to watch this with the kids. We actually, if you watch some of the episodes, we actually have some kids in the episodes. We try to make it family friendly. So like, let's just, I think you're okay there, but let's just so that you know that we try to keep it family friendly here. And then the other thing for those of you who are new to the live stream is that we don't talk about politics and we don't talk about religion. Yeah, you can get stuck on that. Nobody agrees on that, and you'll end up talking about that for like 3 hours when our live stream is only 2 hours and we got some food to eat. So no politics, no religion, and try to keep it family friendly. That's our only request. So thank you, Josh. You didn't have to, but that's okay. Thank you for doing that. So, all right. You're 89. Are you, Miguel? 89? I mean, I don't even really know how old the people who watch this channel are. So that's out of curiosity. I don't know. You could be 89. I have like people. I think at some point in time in the analytics it tells you how old people are. I don't know how they know that. I don't know that you have to put your age in when you create a user account on YouTube. So this is, I don't see any markings on this, so I'm guessing this is the traditional one. So then this one will be judged against other rice puddings, how good it is against other regular rice puddings. There's different ways to make rice puddings. I know, like my mom used to make it in the oven. I don't know if that's the traditional way to make it. Tastes like there's something else in there. What's the traditional one? What's in the traditional? Vanilla essence. That's what I'm getting. The vanilla essence. I don't know if people typically put vanilla in there, but you can definitely taste it in there. The rice is like a real good texture. That one's really good. Really basic, but a lot different than the fruity one. Okay. I could be here all day. We got like 4 more to do. I better step it up. We got an hour left. Am I missing some other stuff in there? Oh, 29, 42, 40. John and Julie are both 42. Well, I should know how old Julie is. Yeah, wow. Oh, hey, Sonic just snuck into the room. Hey, Sonic, good to see you again. Welcome. Got so tipsy last night, I almost reviewed a pizza. Eli, that's pretty funny because I think I did review a pizza being tipsy. I don't know if anybody knows that. I don't know how many people know. So anybody who has come over here from Reckless Eating, they know that. Other than that, I'm not sure if anybody really knows that. All right, so this is obviously the berry one. What are they calling that? No, we did passion fruit. Oh, here it is on the bottom. Red berries. So the question is, what kind of red berries? Looks like raspberries, strawberries, and blackberries. Oh, and blueberries. That's a lot of berries. This looks interesting. You can definitely see like that blueberry blue, but it could be from the blackberries as well. Let's try that. It's an interesting flavor for rice pudding. Ooh, there's big chunks of berries in there. There's like raspberry seeds. You're getting raspberry seeds in there. It's like all the good stuff that gets filtered out when, you know, in the manufacturing process. It's really good. That really, I mean, the thing is, the passion fruit one is fruity. This one is fruity as well, but it's a completely different flavor profile. That's really interesting. What is the best food for immortality? Where you can live forever foods. Forever? There isn't any. Nothing will make you live forever. Then it can make you live a long time. I think, who was it? Yul Gibbons, back in the 70s, Yul Gibbons was like talking about different diets that you can, health food. I think is what they called it back then, health food, and things that you could eat that will prolong your life. But honestly, we all have an expiration date. We could try fighting it. We can do a pretty good job of extending that a little bit. But at the end of the day, our clock runs out at a certain time, and there's really nothing we can do about that. That there is no proof that anybody since the beginning of time has been able to keep that clock going. So, just I guess accept that. You ever get a funny belly after review? No, Josh, because I have such a varied diet. So the stuff that I eat for the live stream isn't that far off from like stuff I have this obsessive curiosity when it comes to food and travel also. So like even as a kid, I was eating unusual stuff. Growing up in an Italian American household where my mom would make pig's feet or eat scrapple or I don't know, chili peppers or hot Italian sausage. There's just so many different things that I think people from other parts of the country or other who grew up in other different types of ethnic households might look at that and go like, oh my God, that is the weirdest thing. Why would you eat that? But the thing is, again, we did eat different things growing up, and so for my whole life, I've had a varied diet, and so I have never gotten food poisoning. I have never gotten sick from something I've eaten, never. And I think again because, hi Claudia Herrera, who snuck in, mentioned the name of the company. That was hours ago. Claudia Herrera, by the way. I'm trying to remember where I know her from. The name sounds familiar. I know, it's my wife. Claudia, I mentioned the flavors several times. I showed the labels and everything. But I will do it again. The name is Flavors with Passion. Oh, you already mentioned it. So I don't even have to do it a second time. Flavors with Passion. I got to get through these. Let's see. Forever yogurt, everything in moderation, Sonic, and enjoy the fun stuff. Good advice, Julie. 20 was a bad year for me. I was in prison. That would be a bad year for anybody, I think. Grape seeds helps. Eli is asking Claudia. Oh, asking Claudia something? I don't know. Eli, Claudia is my wife. Claudia is Mrs. Trippy Food. Watching the news right now. Volcano on Tonga. I heard about that. A volcano, underwater volcano, just erupted, and they're talking about tsunami and stuff like that. I did hear about that, Sonic. Half of the West Coast is moving closer to the beaches, waving, crashing, stay away. Oh, They're talking about a tsunami hitting the U.S. from that. Wow, I didn't hear that. How old am I, Val? Well, Miguel, how old do I look? All right, let's get cracking on this. We got 3 more to go, and we also have 3 more snacks and 2 beverages to get through. So I think we're doing okay. That's okay. So this is D, which one is D? D is dulce de leche. And dulce de leche, the ingredients of dulce de leche of flavors with passion, rice pudding, is rice, milk, powdered milk, sweetened condensed milk, sugar, whipping cream, dulce de leche, milk and sugar. It's almost like a caramel. Dulce de leche is kind of like a caramel made with milk, butter, cornstarch, egg, and vanilla essence. So let's try that. I don't know how I'm gonna react to this one because I'm not a big fan of really sweet stuff and caramel, but we'll give it a shot. I got to learn on my phone about tsunami this morning. Wow, yeah. Again, I had heard about the eruption of the volcano. That was an underwater volcano that erupted and everything. And then I heard that they were talking about a tsunami. I didn't realize they were talking about it reaching the U.S. So I look late 40s, early 50s. Thank you, Miguel. We'll let that keep running if people want to take guesses. Claudia, you are not allowed to guess. I like Cozy Shack brand rice pudding myself. To be honest with you, I've never bought a store-bought rice pudding. And again, because when we were kids, my mom used to make it. So that's not bad. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of caramel and stuff that's like that sweet and everything, but this one's not too bad at all. The caramel just adds this right touch, that without it being like overpowering and everything. So it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm digging that. If you're a big fan of caramel and you want it to taste like caramel, you may be a little bit disappointed in there. There's just a hint of caramel in there, just enough to really nice. All I know is Val is old enough, if you know what I mean. I do know what you mean, John. John's guessing 45. Well, John Shannon who said that, and John King is guessing 45. This one is M is mocha. Let's try the mocha. Ooh, that has a really nice smell. I hope it tastes like it smells. Cozy Shack or Jello brand. Does Jello make rice pudding? It's already made up in those little tubs, right? I think. I'm going to be rice puddinged out after this. Oh, that's good. That is good. It's not like knock your socks off coffee and chocolate taste, which mocha would be. The flavors are kind of subtle, but they do come in there, and it's really, really nice. I mean, really nice. I'm really digging that one. That one's really good. And then last one is, I think this is grandmother's recipe. If I'm not mistaken. Grandma's recipe. What is in grandma's recipe? Rice, milk, powdered milk, sweetened condensed milk, sugar, whipping cream, curd, cheese, butter, cornstarch, egg, vanilla essence. Again, the big one, just in case. There we go. Oh, yeah. All right, grandma's recipe. Ooh, there's big chunks of stuff in here. Cheese curds, man. These are squeaky cheese curds. Wow. I'm digging that. This one's really sweet. More so than the others, I think. I love those cheese curds, though. I mean, how often do you get to eat something that has squeaky cheese curds in it? Yeah, in Canada all the time. Down here, not so much. That's awesome. I love those cheese curds. All right, so I guess I have to. I'm gonna say big thumbs up on all of them. They're all really good. I think my favorite. I love the mocha, but that grandma's recipe is like really good. I just love the cheese curds in there. So I don't know. Like I don't want to even put any in at the bottom. They were all really good. I haven't tried any of them that I really thought to myself, I could go with it. I could not go with it. Everything all really good. So again, my brother-in-law Richard's company. It is called Flavors with Passion. Right now, you can find them on Instagram and you can find them on Facebook. So if you go to the page, you can ask them where they're available. Like I said, right now I know that you can order them locally in the LA area, and if you go to they're available at some farmer markets and everything. But I would go to their Facebook page and everything and try it. But all really, really good. You did a good job, Richard. You can come over again. All right, there we go. So really, really good. Thumbs way up on all of those. Really like the mocha one. Really like the grandma's recipe one. There we go. It wouldn't be fair him being my dad and all. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, exactly. Maybe Miguel, Julie, because you had a lot of different last name. Miguel didn't realize that you were my daughter. I love cheese curds. Whenever we go to Wisconsin, we have to stop at the cheese curd castle on the way back to the cheese curd castle, or cheese castle. I have to check out Cheese Castle. I just love the sound of that. Is it a castle where they sell cheese? That just sounds so good. Is a castle made of cheese? John, that just sounds amazing. I'm gonna have to check that out because I love cheese curds too. The thing is, you're up in Canada, especially like in Quebec province, you just drive stop at a gas station and then go into the gas station and they have cheese curds like on the counter in a little plastic bag. You can buy the cheese curds and just eat them in the car and everything. On like cheese curds are amazing. You don't get a lot of them down here in the LA area. So yeah, big thumbs up. Thanks, Rich. Let's see, did I miss anything? If you have a sore throat, eat some cold pudding or yogurt. It's great for a sore throat or swollen gums. The cold, smooth stuff is healing. Oh, okay. You should save some for your wife. I should, but I ate them all. I just got carried away. They just tasted so good, and I wasn't thinking. I should also save them for when I put my thing together at the end of the thing, and I wasn't thinking, and I just ate them all up. That's how I roll, apparently. What's your next road trip? I don't know. Matt will be here on Monday. We're going to be filming a bunch of stuff, and then we can decide. Right now, a road trip stuff is kind of like. It's kind of like, I would say, like on hold with the Omicron being as contagious as it is, we're just kind of being careful on a lot of stuff. But to be honest with you, whenever I make a trip, even if it's a business trip or something, we work in a Trippy Food road trip, or a reckless eating road trip when we go. So it's hard to say right now, Panama Red, but right now nothing solid planned. But maybe in the next couple of weeks we'll do something. Like the Laughing Cow cheese triangles. Yeah, those are a fun little snack. Pull the red string. Yeah, it's wrapped in wax, and you just pull that string in it. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Baby Bells, maybe. Something like that. Mars Cheese Castle. It's a thing right on the line of Wisconsin and Illinois. I have to check that out, John. I'm gonna put that on my Trippy Food bucket list. Now you should come over here to Newmarket, Ontario, Canada. I have been to. Let's see, where have I been to in Ontario? I have been to Ottawa. Once I was doing some work there. I've been to Toronto several times. I think that, and Windsor. I went to Windsor. I was in Detroit, and you just take the tunnel underneath the water, and you pop up in Canada, in Windsor, Canada. So those are the places I've been to, Ontario. I need to make a Canada trip. I don't know right now how going back and forth to Canada is working and everything. And I know I was talking about the trips, and I said, hey, at some point in time, I need to come up there and we need to do some stuff. Stuff with the trips up there. I don't know about Food Taster TV. He's up in, I think, in Edmonton or something. And it's like a long drive for him to go to Toronto and everything. But definitely. And Quebec. It's like I've done a lot. I've enjoyed a lot of stuff in Quebec, but nothing ever made it to a video. So I need to get to, especially like Montreal and Quebec City. I need to do some more stuff. So yeah, Canada is going to be is going to be a definite stop at some point in time. I just don't know when. Val, how about you do a food review from Island Burgers in Pasadena, California? Well, Sonic, because Island Burgers is a chain, and they're not just in Pasadena, California. They're all over Southern California. They're good burgers. So I will do this, Sonic. I would do this. It's a nice local chain. It is, but it's a pretty big chain in the LA area. But I will do this, Sonic. I will check their menu, and if I find an unusual burger or something like that, I will do Island's Burger. Like I said, I'll just find an interesting one. We don't. I will find out where the original Island's Burger is, and I will try to do it there. Maybe that is the Pasadena, California one, but I will find out. So I will put that on the list as well, Sonic. Thank you. Been looking for those red hot dogs. I don't think they have them down here in Texas. I don't think so as well. If they have them anywhere else, they're imported. Because right now, to the best of my knowledge, there's only two places two companies that make them. One is Cayenne. They're in Chelsea, Massachusetts, and the other is I can't remember the name. AE Watts, I want to say. I don't remember. Julie, maybe you can remember the name. The company in Maine that makes them. So really, outside of New England, they're really hard to find. I imagine that if you have, like, if you go to a place that that imports stuff from New England, like where you can find fluff, maybe in that same kind of place you'd be able to find those hot dogs. But I have not seen them in the LA area. Honestly, they were really, really good, Miguel. All right, so let's get back to our. Let's do a beverage first. So I'm going to do our. Let's do our adult beverage right now, and this is our Cafe Agave Spiked Cold Brew Coffee, salted caramel flavor, 12% alcohol by volume. It's a good thing it's in that little bottle. Vienna beef hot dogs are pretty damn good. Well, John, you cannot make a good Chicago-style hot dog without a Vienna beef hot dog. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. They are very good. All right. Read a card. Okay. What spice is derived from the seeds of a flowering vine native to the Malabar coast of India? Again, what spice is derived from the seeds of a flowering vine native to the Malabar coast of India? That goes over there. And let's open up our Cafe Agave Spiked Cold Brew Coffee. It's such a tiny little can. Janice, that was my thought, that he was talking about Island's restaurant, right? The place that they're specialized in burgers, unless there's a different Islands, and it's Islands like Island apostrophe S or Island S. I don't know. Doesn't smell like coffee. Doesn't smell like caramel. It smells like victory. Well, it looks like coffee. I should have shaken the can up, I think. I don't know what I was thinking. Wow, that's got a kick. The alcohol is the strongest taste in here. Holy cow. It tastes like an alcoholic chocolate milk. Well, not without chocolate. You're getting the sweetness from the caramel, not the salt. Wow, that alcohol has a kick. You know, almost reminds me of Kahlua. A little bit like Kahlua, except it doesn't have as strong a coffee taste as Kahlua. To me, it tastes like you mix Kahlua and Bailey's together. That's what it tastes like. That's strong stuff. Wow. Woo! That's got a kick. I love it. Claudia's guessing. I love it. Wow. The alcohol in there is just, whoa, it's a kick in the face. That's some serious stuff right there. Holy cow. I don't know what I think of that. I'm going to give that a thumbs in the middle. I mean, it has an interesting flavor and everything. Like I said, it tastes like a combination of like Bailey's and Kahlua together, but with the emphasis on the alcohol taste. Now, I don't know if I think we did a Trippy Food episode with the PBR hard coffee, and we did that, and that was really, really good. I mean, that had like coffee flavor and everything. This one is like, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's like alcohol. That's all you get is like that, the alcohol taste. And again, it tastes like a combination of like Bailey's and Kahlua, which may not be a bad thing, but you want to add something to it. It's like maybe if you put milk in this, added milk to this, and it would help, I think. But that's like really, I can't see drinking that whole glass of this. It's really, that's crazy talk. That was in the middle, I think, for me on that one. Okay. So the question was, he says as he looks at the card upside down, the question was, what spice is derived from the seeds of a flowering vine native to the Malabar coast of India? And the guesses were, Sonic says curry. Let's see. Panama Red says cumin. Claudia Herrera says saffron. Janice Yamanaka says black pepper. Hey, everybody, guess what it's going to be? Yeah. John Shannon just added cardamom. Miguel Rangel just added sage. John said missed the question. That's okay, John. It's never too late. You can even add it after we answer the question. Doesn't matter to us. We don't have. There's no rules. That the basic thing about this game is, if you know the answer, just throw it out there. If you think you know the answer, you're going to take a guess, throw it out there. If you don't know the answer and you want to look it up, and then throw it out there. Either one. We don't care. We don't have rules. We're not keeping track of your score. So like we just hand those points out. Tom, old guy in Colorado, is still trying to trade in his points like green stamps for a canoe. We don't know how close he is because he's not even sure how much that canoe costs in points. But we're sure he's well on his way up there. He did not. I don't see where he answered that question. If he did, he didn't use the word kumquat. So Tom, I'm gonna have to take points away from you on that one, I think. The correct answer is, in fact, black pepper. Yes, black pepper, the common thing that we eat. Black pepper is derived from the seeds of a flowering vine native to the Malabar coast of India. So there we go. There were a lot of really, really good questions. So everybody, talk amongst yourselves on how much you want to. I'm going to give everybody 3,000 points, everybody, and then you can divide it up amongst yourselves. So we'll do that. Okay. I'm guessing for fun and see if I get it right. Panama, that's how you go. That's the thing. The idea is eventually we'll learn something. I learned something when I'm looking some of these up, because basically the way I do it when I look these up is I start with something like I wonder where this is from, or I wonder what this was, or I wonder what the deal is with this, or I wonder what makes this, right? And that's how I gotta look it up. So I'm learning as I put the questions together, and then hopefully as we review the questions, whether or not you get it right, it's kind of like irrelevant. The thing is, we all hear the right answer and everything, and maybe we all learn something. So wanted to be fun in the process, and it's a learning thing. If I just threw out the facts and everything, that'd be fine. That's fine, but it's more fun, I think, this way, that everybody's kind of like invested in the question, and then when I give out the answer, there it is. So there we go. I just got in from letting the dogs and can't feel my fingers or face. Oh my God! For a second I thought that was Tom, because I know that Tom gets a lot of winter weather where he is and everything. But oh my God, Jules, yeah. What did you say? 7 degrees, 8 degrees, something like that? I said curry spice, but isn't that the same thing? I mean, isn't the spice itself called curry? Like, I know the dishes that you make with it is called curry, but isn't the spice itself just called curry? I don't know. I'm not sure. But no. My guess is curry would come from India, but it's not like it. I don't know that the spice that they get curry from. I think it's a combination of spices, but I don't think it comes from the flowering vine native to the Malabar coast of India. I may be wrong. If somebody wants to look that up and let me know, I am not so proud that I can't admit when I'm wrong. Try some Captain Morgan's and 7-Up. It will make you feel hot quickly. No, Sonic. So in winter weather, the best thing is cider. You heat up the cider, a pat of butter, some cinnamon, and either I was going to say whiskey, but probably works better with rum, and just like a shot of rum. Oh my God, that warms you up so. I want some right now. It's not even cold out. That's okay, though. All my points were lost to the wind. I was carrying the box of points to the garage. Oh my God. Oh, and it's probably in the snow. You're gonna have to find it. Okay. Well, maybe we'll have people donate points to you and everything. So we want you to be able to get that canoe. Curry is just a general blend of spices. It doesn't mean anything specifically. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not from a specific spice. I figured that. I'm drinking a hot cup of black New England eggnog coffee. Oh, Julie, what was the? I forgot my coffee when I was there last time. What was the coffee that you got for me? The New England coffee that you got for me that I forgot to bring back. Which one was that? Hot cider with rum. Nice. Yeah, really nice. Like I said, pat of butter, a little bit of cinnamon. Okay. Well, time's a wasting. We've got 30 minutes left, and let's see, 1, 2. Oh, we're okay. 2 snacks and our lemonade. We're good. Oh, I'm going to do, because I don't want to do the beverage last, I'm going to do 1 snack, then the beverage, then the last snack. So we'll do that. So I'm going to start into this one, which is our, I'm really excited about this one. This is Barbacoa Sabor is the brand. It's this pork jerky. Hard to find pork jerky. I don't know why people don't make pork jerky. I think people are afraid of pork jerky or something. Or maybe because it's smoked and not cooked. Maybe, I don't know. But these guys do pork jerky, so I'm looking forward to it. So let's read a question. Love me apple cider with a slice of apple pie. That's apple overload. Ooh, you know what? Sonic, check out our, I think it came out around the 4th of July, but it wasn't a 4th of July episode. We went to Julian, California, which is famous for their apples. And we had apple pie and apple cider and everything. So you would love that. You would love that episode. Sonic, have you ever been there? Have you been to Julian, California, up in the mountains? I think it's in San Diego County. It's kind of between San Diego and where's the place where they have the balloon festival every year? Temecula, between Temecula and San Diego, up in the mountains. I think it's at an altitude of about 4,000 feet. But yeah, great town because you love apples. That you can get anything apple there. Yes, Sonic, pork jerky does sound good. Hey, it's Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. Doodle, did you want another snack? Did you want another snack, Doodle? You can have another snack. We haven't snacked you up in a little bit. Here, I'll give you a big one because you're a good boy. He is a good boy. Not a fan of curry, but they went to the food truck and they gave me free peanut curry soup. Peanut curry soup, that sounds good. Would never order because I don't like curry. It was so good, I have to order it every time I go now. That does sound really good, Tybo. You want that too? No? All right, well, there he is. Oh, he's just going to chill in his little bed. That's okay. Speaking of, who is it asking me about Germany? Somebody was asking me about Germany. Currywurst. It's like a big Berlin thing, Berlin currywurst, which is basically I don't think it's a bratwurst. It's a certain type of wurst, a certain type of sausage, and it's got curry and curried ketchup on it. I think is what it is. Berlin currywurst. Anybody ever had that? Berlin currywurst, really good. Do you like a slice of cheese on your apple pie, Sonic Trippy Food? Not typically, but I do like it when I have it that way. So like when you go to Julian, California, and you go to the Julian Pie Company, that's an option they give you is cheddar, a piece of cheddar cheese that you can put on it, or a cheddar cheese like kind of melted on top of the pie and everything. So I do like it. It adds a nice flavor to the apple pie, but I don't do it on a regular basis, Tom, just every once in a while. Only have whipped cream on apple pie. That works too. There's no set hard rules on that. Lucky to live in the heart of Ciderland. Yeah, that's right. New Hampshire. So here's a trivia question for you that's not worth any points whatsoever. Is where do apples originate? So I know a lot of people say that New Hampshire, and a lot of people say Washington State because they're famous for their apples. Well, where do apples originate from? I love making Thai red curry with lots of peanuts and cashews. That does sound good. Lemon meringue pie. Oh my God, this chat is just like, I'm getting full just from reading this chat. Okay, so question before we start into barbacoa. What vegetable can contain high levels of the toxin solanine in their green state? Again, what vegetable can contain high levels of the toxin solanine in their green state? So that goes in the vegetable bin over here. And let's dig into our barbacoa. Barbacoa Sabor pork jerky, sweet and spicy, with natural smoke flavor added. They come from Johnny Appleseed. Don't you know the story? I'm not really familiar with Johnny Appleseed. I just know his brother Cletus Appleseed. Good winter weather for red and green grannies. They make red grannies? I didn't know they made red. There were red granny apples. I did not know that. I know the green ones. I had no idea they had red. This smells so good. Smell this. Doesn't that smell awesome? Oh my God. I want to have this made into a cologne. Little chewy pieces. I think you're saying my formal name, Dad. Granny? Okay, so when you think jerky can almost be like a piece of wood, you know, that's got a fiber in there to like pull it away from your mouth and everything. This is more like, I want to think of like something that you can relate to, like Jack's Links, maybe? No, not Jack Links. What is that? That kind of, it's a little bit chewy, but there's a lot of moisture in it. It's not really hard to eat. Like you could probably eat it if you didn't have teeth, which is not typically what you think of when you think of a jerky. It would not be fair for me to say it has a bacony taste, because it doesn't. It definitely has that pork taste, but not necessarily bacon. Oh, that is good. Just right amount of smoke. Not overly sweet. That's a thumbs way up. That's delicious. I might eat this whole bag. Oh, really good. Again, it is from Barbacoa Sabor in Vacaville, California. Cowville. Wow. When you say, Julian. No, I would, you know you're in trouble if I say your whole name. When was the last time I used your whole name? When? I don't even remember. I mean, I would have to be like really angry with you. So is it possible that you've never really gotten me angry? Like even the time you threw sand in my eyes. Maybe I called you that when you threw sand in my eyes. I don't remember. But that's really good. That is really, really good. Finishes with some saltiness. Extremely savory. Really, really good. Thumbs way up. That is delicious. That's absolutely delicious. Okay, the question was, what vegetable can contain high levels of toxin solanine in their green state? Let's see what the guesses were. The guesses were John Shannon said eggplant. Tybalt said Kazakhstan, but he was guessing about the apples, and I think he's actually correct. So apples came from Kazakhstan, worked their way into Europe. Most of the apples that we eat in the United States came from England originally, or they were brought over from England. So they're not native to North America. But I think Tybalt hit the nail on the head on that one, Kazakhstan. There were no points for that one, Tybalt, but give yourself like 100 points, because I think you were maybe the only one to answer that. Panama Red said leeks. Julie Couture said Leominster, Mass. Oh, I'm kidding. Leominster. Is that where Johnny Appleseed was from? Jules, was he from Leominster? Leominster. That's how you say that. You say it Leominster, not Leominster. Leominster. John Shannon said, wait, it's definitely potatoes, I think. So he changed his vote, which is fine. Janice Yamanaka said potatoes. Sonic said Granny Smith apples, but I think maybe we're talking about apples. So I'm a little confused. Maybe she thought that would, maybe Sonic thought that Granny Smith apples was the answer. Well, I suppose it could be because I said what vegetable contained high levels of the toxin solanine in their green state. So maybe Granny Smith apples was his guess. But, let's see. Leominster was his birthplace. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Let's see. Were there any other guesses? Oh, Michael Bowling said, hey, welcome, Michael Bowling. Have not seen you in a while. Welcome back. Michael Bowling says radish. Sonic says onions. Let's see. I think that was it. The correct answer is, in fact, potatoes. Yeah, so that's why you should never eat green potatoes. There's not enough to kill you in general, but if you see, like usually, because it's usually on the outside, and usually if you cut the green part away when it starts turning green, if you cut the green part of the potato away, you'll probably be okay. But cooking does not get rid of that toxin. So like with a lot of toxins and a lot of things that are poisonous or toxic, cooking them usually neutralizes those. In this case, it does not neutralize that. And so I think what a lot of people do is that cut those parts away, like especially if the potato starts to grow eyes, which is basically it starts sprouting. The area where it sprouts, those usually contain high concentrations of solanine. And so you see a lot of people, so they don't waste the potato, they'll cut that out and cut it out of the potato. And that's probably okay. It probably will not expose you to a high level of it, but it might make you nauseous a little bit or something. So yeah, potatoes, when they start to turn green, just don't eat them because they contain a high concentration of the toxin solanine. So I wasn't really keeping track of who said what, so everyone give yourself 1 point. Everybody gets 1 point. Everybody. Okay. Let's see. Everybody saying hello. Am I caught up? Keep me honest, guys. Did I miss anything? If I miss anything, then let me know. We are going to. Sorry. So I said we're going to do our beverage now, and that way we'll do a snack last. So we are going to do our non-alcoholic beverage, which is Me and the Bees lemonade with prickly pear. I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to shake this one up a little bit. Hey, Val, I'm eating scorpion pepper beef jerky. Oh, let me know how it is. What brand is that, Jared? I'd like to try that. I might have tried it. I don't know. I've eaten so many things in the past, I think how many, 5 years or so that we've been on the channel. I've eaten so many things in that time period that I could have eaten something and completely forgotten about it. Don't eat the green potato chips. Are there green potato chips? I suppose that could happen. Green taters can seriously mess up a dog. Well, Tom, they can certainly mess up a person. But yeah, things that we take for granted can mess up a dog as well, especially in small amounts. Onion, garlic, stuff like that. They'll mess up a dog. Oh, question. What military leader, this is not a political question, this is a real food question. What military leader inspired Thomas Adams to create the chewing gum industry? What military leader inspired Thomas Adams to create the chewing gum industry? I don't mean like asked him to do it, but it was the inspiration for him creating the chewing gum industry. What military leader? That goes over there, wherever there is. Let's open up our beverage. Every potato peeler I have used to have this little thing at the end to dig out the eyes of a potato. Yes, Tybalt. I remember those. The new ones don't so much. The new ones are just like kind of like, T-shaped. Do you hear that pop? That satisfying pop. That means that somebody has not messed with this bottle. Why am I pouring this like a beer? It's a lemonade. I don't know if Wrigley was a general, John, but I love your answer. Ooh. Wow. There's tartness from the lemon. I mean, real strong tartness from a lemon. Even some lemonades don't give you. Now, this is Me and the Bees, and I think they do beekeeping. I'm wondering if there's like honey in here. There is honey in there. That would make sense. The taste of the cactus pears, really strong, really flavorful. If you've eaten cactus pears before, that flavor is there, and it's really, really good. This This by itself would probably make a really, really nice margarita. That's my guess. It's sweet though. You know, I don't know if you like a sweet margarita and everything. It is sweet from the honey, but it's not overly sweet. But you can kind of, there's like a coolness there. It's not really thick. It's tart. It's full of that prickly pear flavor. That's really good. That's a thumbs up. That's really, really good. And it's 25% less sugar, probably because they're using honey. So let's revisit our question. Our question was, what military leader inspired Thomas Adams to create the chewing gum industry? And if you remember correctly, Thomas Adams was the one who came out with blackjack gum, which is the first commercially flavored chewing gum. Let's see. So the guesses were Sonic Jet said General Robert E. Lee. John Shannon said General E.H. Wrigley. What? That's so, John, was Wrigley actually a general? Or well, that would be interesting. Sonic said from the Confederacy. Yes, Robert E. Lee was from the Confederacy. You're correct. Julie Lynn says hi. Hi, Julie Lynn. Julie, I do not recognize your name for being on the live stream before. So, Julie, what brings you to our channel, and where are you from? Again, no street addresses or anything, just kind of like the general area, metropolitan area where you live. So, Julie, what brings you here, and where are you from? Tom, old guy said Major General Peter T. Kumquat. Tom, you're awesome. Let's see. One with bad breath. We don't know that, Julie. We don't know that. Janice Yamanaka says, Antonio Lopez de Santa Ana. Tybalt. Tybalt. Yeah, I know they said it last time and I messed it up again. Did Tybalt say something and I missed it though? So Thursday, I want to drink Hawaiian punch right now with a slice of pineapple. Do it. No one's stopping you. Absolutely not. He was just some dude in Chicago, but he was known for chewing gum, right? But he manufactured the chewing gum, so that would not really be. He didn't influence the chewing gum industry. He was the chewing gum industry, along with Thomas Adams, I think. Thomas Adams, who started it, if you remember the question from last week. The correct answer was in fact, Antonio Lopez de Santa Ana. Now, for those of you who don't know, who said, how about this? How about I throw this out there? Who knows what Antonio Lopez de Santa Ana was famous for? He was a military leader. He was a Mexican general and Mexican president at one point. I think several times he was a Mexican president. But what was he famous for? I have zero clue, but Santa Ana would be my guess. Well, it would be a correct guess, Tybalt. Wooden leg. Yes, Miguel, he did have a wooden leg. As a matter of fact, he lost his wooden leg twice in various battles. Lost his. How do you? The thing is, you lost your leg, then you lose your wooden leg. But he had two wooden legs that he lost in battle, and I think they ended up in museums or something like where they had his wooden leg in museums. And the original, when he originally lost his leg, he had it buried. And then when people were revolting in Mexico against his rule, they dug up his leg and they dragged it through the town until there was nothing left of it. His leg, his actual leg, they dug it up and drug it around town so there was nothing left of it. So he lost his regular leg. He lost two wooden legs. Crazy. Yes, Janice, he is, and Tybalt. Tybalt? Now I'm second guessing myself. He is famous for the Alamo. He was the Mexican general who attacked the Alamo and Goliad. And surrendered to Sam Houston in the Battle of San Jacinto. So you're absolutely correct. That's what he was famous for. But he spent some time in Staten Island, where Thomas Adams was, and he was chewing chicle. So chicle comes from a tree. It's like a rubber tree. The substance comes from a rubber tree. Originally, Thomas Adams was going to use that chicle to make tires, to make automobile tires. It never took off. And then he noticed that Santa Ana was chewing the chicle and says, oh yeah, everybody chews it down there and everything. And that's what gave Adams the idea to make that into gum. So he was influenced by Antonio Lopez de Santa Ana. I think at the time Adams had a position with the government, so he was like kind of stationed with Santa Ana, like for protection or something. But that's what that Santa Ana from the Alamo, the Mexican general who attacked the Alamo, was responsible for the chewing gum industry, you know, by influence. There we go. Kumquat tamales. Those might work, actually, Julie. Those might actually work. Chiclets, yes. That's where chiclets come from chicle. Chicle, from that rubber tree. That's where chiclets come from. That's where the name chiclets come from. You're absolutely right. All right, time to do something. Let's see how we doing on time. 2:50. We might go a little bit over. We got another snack left. Yeah, that's okay. We'll go a little bit over. That's right. It's time to do something stupid with our beverages. So I have a bad feeling about this only because of how strong this is. I just got a bad feeling about this. That's curdling. The lemonade is curdling that. This is going to be fun. Doesn't smell good. Pork chiclets. I would eat those. How come nobody does meat-flavored gum? John, I promise I won't steal that idea, but we need to develop that. Somebody needs to make a meat-flavored gum. Bacon-flavored gum. Can you imagine? I can imagine. That's not good. That is so not good that if you look up not good in the dictionary, this is in there. That is way not good. Shocked there hasn't been a meat-flavored gum. If there would not, they would try it. Well, Tybalt, there has been meat-flavored gum, like gum balls, like what is that place up in Seattle? Julie, I took you there. The place in Seattle, Archie McPhee's. Archie McPhee's does meat-flavored gum, but they don't use meat in the flavoring, so it doesn't taste like what it's supposed to. I think there's like a roast beef flavored gum and stuff like that. But it doesn't taste like meat. It's a miserable failure. So I've not had anything that was supposed to be meat flavored gum that even relatively tasted like meat flavored gum. Savory gum industry is just waiting out there for perpetually single men. Well, you know, I'm not perpetually single, and I would jump at the chance of trying savory gum. So I don't know why they don't do it. I mean, honestly, it's still a flavor, right? Chili and cornbread. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, that's what you're making tonight, Tom. On Tom's live stream, which will occur at 5 p.m. Pacific time, which is 6 p.m. Mountain time, which is 7 p.m. Central time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then when you go out into other parts of the world, I've kind of lost the math. But Tom, old guy in Colorado, is doing a live stream tonight, and he's going to make chili and cornbread, which sounds awesome. What kind of chili, Tom? Can you see what's happening in there? Like it's curdling. Can you see that on the side of the glass? Look, I mean, look inside there. Look at that. It's bad. Why am I still drinking it? That's bad. That's a thumb. That's like, if you can put your thumbs down and then just keep on going down, that's what that would be. It's bad. It's just bad. Bad. I don't even want to know what that's doing in my stomach. All right. So let's go on to our last snack. Oh, that's bad. That is foul, John. Yes, it is foul. Red chili and beans. But I mean, like what kind of meat? Yes, Julie, Archie McPhee, we got that. That was a cool place, don't you think, Julie? Archie McPhee, wasn't that an awesome place? That's where I got Tiny Val. I got Tiny Val at Archie McPhee in Seattle. Tiny Val. We need to revive Tiny Val. We need to bring Tiny Val back. Oh, speaking of that, Julie, how's Tiny Val coming along? Okay. So let's ask another question before we go into our last snack. And the question is, what is the common name of the bulb of the most widely cultivated species of the genus Allium? Again, what is the common name of the bulb of the most widely cultivated species of the genus Allium? That goes over there. Not allium like my child, allium. We are going to try the FBomb, and no F-bombs. FBomb being fat bomb. FBomb Crunch Cheese Crisp. These are keto. These are Buffalo Ranch flavored Whew, that is 12.5. Buffalo flavored, pasture raised dairy, no artificial hormones, 0 grams of sugar, 9 grams of protein. Let's give it a shot. Stop drinking it. Thank you, Julie. I'm looking over. It's like it's curdling. It looks like cottage. It looks like brown cottage cheese now. Interesting smell. It does have that kind of buffalo chicken wing smell, without the chicken, of course. You guys see that? Let's try that. Ooh, that's really cheesy. Really tangy too. What kind of cheese do they use? Because it's a very like sharp, almost like a Parmesan kind of flavor. Does it say what kind of cheese? It says cheese culture, so it's not specific. It almost tastes like Parmesan. And there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that burn. I can't say it tastes exactly like buffalo sauce. It is a really sharp cheese, though. I don't think it's cheddar. Hang on. No, maybe it's cheddar. Maybe it's just a really sharp cheddar. It's an odd combination. You do get that buffalo flavor, and you do get that sharp cheddar flavor. It's just an odd combination. Not in a bad way, but not in a great way either. I'm going to kind of give that a thumbs in the middle. The texture is interesting. It's an interesting little bite, but at the same time, I don't know. It's kind of like it has that strong sharpness from the cheese mixed with the buffalo sauce, and it just doesn't quite blend well, I think. So yeah, thumbs in the middle. I think I'm going to give that one. Shumley is dropping a few F-bombs, but I think those are fudge bombs, Tom. Hey, Steve Russell is in the room. Steve, we have 3 minutes left. I think we're going to go a tiny little bit over, but welcome, Steve. You're always welcome. Good to see you. Okay, the question was, what is the common name of the bulb of the most widely cultivated species of the genus Allium? And the guesses were, let's see. John Shannon said onion. Tom said kumquatcha. John Shannon then changed his guess to garlic. Says onion, no garlic, or onion. Maybe he's saying onion, no garlic. So I don't know. I'll give you a chance to change that up, John. Otherwise, I'll go with both. Janice Yamanaka says onion. Tybalt says garlic. Let's see. Allium is my sibling. Yes, that's true. Let's see. Were there any other guesses? Forgive me if I missed you. I don't see any other guesses. The correct answer is, in fact, the onion. The onion is the bulb of the most widely cultivated species of the genus Allium. Allium. Not alley-oop, Allium. It is, in fact, the onion. So, we have a minute left, but it's now that time on our Trippy Food live stream where we do something stupid with food. Everybody left. Now I'm sitting here crying, mouth on fire. No wonder my dad said he can't have any more. Eating what, Jared? I'll change it up after I hear the answer. No worries. John, you want to take another guess now? Oh, you never told us your age, Val. 60? 61 years old. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I don't think I missed anything. Yeah, so John, you're familiar with, like, on Reckless Eating, where they call old man Tom, and they just call me Val. But honestly, I'm much older than Tom. Doodle, come on up. Come on up if you want to. You want to come up? Come on up. Come on up. Come on. If you want to come up, come up. I'll pet you. That's what you want. You want to come up and meet everybody? Come on. Come on, Doodle. Come on. Come on. Everybody, Doodle the wonder dog. Doodle the prince of dogness himself. It is Doodle. Doodle. Yeah, Miguel, apparently I'm everybody's dad's age. Ooh, yeah, that went everywhere. Okay, hang on a second. Yes, the British, John, the British do pronounce it aluminium. They do. There's some other words that they pronounce like that where they stretch it out longer than we do. It's not incorrect. It's just the way they pronounce it. But not the onion thing. So Jared, oh, the beef jerky. Sitting crying, mouth on fire. Oh, the beef jerky that you tried, the scorpion beef jerky. Yeah, what brand is that? We're gonna have to try that. Let me know what brand that was. All right, again, it is time on Trippy Food when we do something stupid. Let's see, what are we gonna put on the bottom? I think the pork jerky is the biggest thing. And we'll put that on the bottom. Let's find a nice big piece. That'll work. Let's see. Then we're gonna put on some of these pretzels. We'll put some pretzels on there. Let's put 2 pretzels. I was referring to the onion thing. I was doing a bit. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, John. Nice vest. Oh, Doodle's vest. It's kind of a harness. So it just goes all the way around him so that if you end up having to like pull him away from a bad situation and everything, you don't choke him to death. You know, just lifts him up by the harness and everything. I think that's it. You're not my dad's age. If so, you'd be 112, pretty chipper for an old man there, Val. Yeah, my father would be, I don't even know how old he'd be. He'd be in his 90s, I think. Dad had me 3 days shy of his birthday. Oh, that's right. What do you mean you can remember our ages better? You have a hard time remembering your birthday? I remember your birthday. I remember my birthday. All right, let's try one of these FBomb Crunch Cheese Crisps. The hard part's going to be keeping those almonds on there. But, you know, we'll give it our best. These are all about the same size, so that should work. Here's what we're dealing with so far. Let's see. Let's do these Bomba puffed peanut and corn snacks. I think we get 2. I'm exactly your father's age, Julie. Made right here in Newport, Rhode Island. What did I miss that? I missed something. Something is made right here in Newport, Rhode Island. It's not Narragansett. Or Gansett, as it's known. Julie, are there any new Gansets out that we need to know about? And we need to grab? Let's see, what am I missing? I'm missing the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing the almonds. New Year's pretzels. That's right. That's right, Julie. You can eat these pretzels on New Year's Eve. They're good for New Year's Eve on pretzels. Happy New Year. Have some pretzels. Why did I call them pretzels? It's so weird. All right, there we go. This one's actually staying together more so than a lot of ours, but I'm sure it'll fall apart once I go to pick it up. Let's see if there we go. And may God have mercy on my soul. Oh. Three-second roll. Right off the bat, I get the hazelnut paste. That's the most prominent taste of the hazelnut paste. Now, the thing would be the jerky, because the jerky is what's actually sitting on my tongue. But that's not the case. Miguel, you should see if there's any place that actually ships them, and hopefully it won't be too expensive. But maybe you can get them shipped. Tom, thank you for making Trippy Food a part of your afternoon. Everybody, be sure to check out Tom's live stream. It starts in 2 hours, he will be making chili and cornbread tonight. So check it out. Always fun. This is why I love Claudia. This is why I love her. Yes, I'm eating rocks. There's a story behind that. Maybe Julie will share it with us. I love the lobster can Gansets. Are those new though? The lobster can ones? Jules, what's new? What's new on the Gansett side? All right. So here's the thing about that concoction. So right off the bat, you get the Nutella or the hazelnut paste taste, and well, that's your snack, Doodle. You're not eating your snack. Your snack is there. Right off the bat, you get that hazelnut paste taste, and then the last taste you get is that sharp cheese and buffalo sauce thing. That's really kind of weird. It kind of hides the delicious flavor of the pork jerky, which is a shame. I'm going to kind of give that one a thumbs in the middle. It wasn't horrible. It's just that a couple of the flavors dominate, and they don't dominate at the same time. But they flavor a couple of flavors, like one dominates at the beginning, one dominates at the end, and everything is in the middle is kind of a muddle. So it's going to have thumbs in the middle, I think, on that. One day I'll go to Carmel, Maine. What is Miguel? What is going on in Carmel, Maine? Is that where they make the red snappers? I think. No, I don't think they're in Carmel. I think they're in one of the big cities like Augusta or Bangor. Bangor, I think they're from Bangor. I'm going to go visit my girlfriend in Maine, in Bangor, Maine. No, they're not new. Okay. I'm waiting for a shoe to fly to the door and hit him. Possible, quite possible. All right, yeah. So thumbs in the middle on that one. Not terrible, but not like horror level bad like this was. So I can see by the old clock on the wall that you can barely see, which is up there in my Ministry of Silly Walks clock, that it is time to go. Well, it was time to go 7 minutes ago, but we like to hang around sometimes. I want to thank every single one of you for taking time out of your weekend to join us again. It's nice seeing some familiar faces, and it's nice seeing some new faces as well. So everybody is welcome here. I love this community. It is something that I look forward. I maybe sound like a broken record, and I hope you don't think that it's just lip service, but I mean that. This is the high point of my week. Always look forward to this. This is it's awesome being able to communicate with you and to share things with you as a community. So I want to thank every single one of you for making this community what it is. I want to remind you to help out the other channels, Janice Yamanaka, Old Guy in Colorado, Food Taster TV, The Trips, all wonderful channels. We would not recommend them to you if we didn't think they were wonderful channels. So definitely check those out. Subscribe, like the videos. If you're not sure which ones we're talking about, if you go to our YouTube page, at the bottom of the YouTube page, it says featured channels. Go into the featured channels, and they're all listed in there. So go and check each one of those out. Check them out, like them, subscribe, everything else, all that fun stuff. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do so, because it helps us out. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. We're on all of them, and we try to do different content for each one of those. And also, if you like them or follow them, then you'll get notification when we do something else, as opposed to just subscribing and clicking the little bell. They'll also give you subscription. But be sure to check out the other channels. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making our channel what it is, because we couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking time out of your weekend to join us. It's always fun. I think it's always fun. I don't think we've ever had time when it wasn't fun. It is always fun and enjoyable. And again, the high point of my week. So thank you so much. But I will advise you to please be careful out there, because it's crazy and getting crazier. So please take care of yourself. Please take care of others. And we will see you soon. Bye, everybody.